Picture this. You think you might have sleep apnea, so what's the typical solution? Spending the night in a sleep clinic, hooked up to wires, sensors on your chest, maybe even a mask. Not exactly a comfortable or easy experience, right? Now, what if I told you there's a new FDA-approved way to detect sleep apnea, and it's as simple as wearing your Apple iWatch while you sleep? No wires, no clinic, just powerful technology right on your wrist. Curious how it works? Stay tuned, because this could change how we monitor sleep forever. Hey everyone, welcome back to The Clin Researcher. If you're new here, this channel is all about clinical research, health tech, and medical innovations that are changing the way we look at healthcare. So if that's something you're passionate about, make sure you subscribe and check out theclinresearcher.com for more in-depth resources. There you can also find our free guide to everything you need to know on how to participate in clinical research when you join our free newsletter. Today, we're diving into one of the most exciting pieces of health tech on the market right now, the Apple iWatch. And not just any feature, we're talking about the new sleep apnea detection function that was FDA approved as of September 13th. This isn't just another software update, it's a game changer for those millions of people who might not even know they have sleep apnea. And that's what makes it so powerful. But before we get into that, let's quickly recap why the iWatch has become such a significant player in health tech. When Apple first introduced the iWatch back in 2015, it was more than just a fancy gadget for checking notifications. From the start, Apple knew that the iWatch could revolutionize personal health monitoring. Over the years, they added features like heart rate monitoring, electrocardiograms, and fall detection, all of which have been profound impacts on users' lives. People all over the world have reported how the iWatch's health features help them identify serious conditions early, whether it's catching an irregular heartbeat or detecting a fall. Apple has made it clear that this watch is more than just a smartwatch, it's a personal health assistant. And now, Apple has taken it a step further with this FDA-approved sleep apnea detection function. For those unfamiliar, sleep apnea is actually a serious condition where your breathing stops and starts repeatedly during sleep. Left untreated, it can lead to heart disease, stroke, and other life-threatening conditions. But here's the problem. Many people with sleep apnea don't even know they have it. That's where the iWatch steps in. Sleep apnea affects about 1 in 5 adults, which is a staggering number when you think about it. It is characterized by the repeated pauses in breathing during sleep. These pauses can last anywhere from a few seconds to minutes and can happen dozens of times in an hour. Over time, sleep apnea can lead to daytime fatigue, reduced quality of life, and as I mentioned earlier, serious health conditions like heart disease. Up until now, detecting sleep apnea typically required overnight sleep studies in a clinic, but with this new iWatch function, early detection could be done from the comfort of your own home on your wrist. So how does it work? Well, Apple's iWatch is equipped with a range of advanced sensors. Think heart rate monitoring, a blood oxygen sensor, and an accelerometer that tracks movement. These sensors are already great at tracking your sleep cycles, but now they can take things even further by monitoring for disruptions in your breathing. When the iWatch detects irregular breathing patterns that could indicate sleep apnea, it flags them for you, allowing you to take the next step and seek further testing or treatment. Here's something that a lot of people don't realize. Clinical trials aren't just for new drugs. They're also critical for medical devices. Apple didn't just come up with this feature overnight. Before it could be approved by the FDA, it had to go through clinical trials to test its effectiveness and safety. These trials involved real participants who were monitored to see how well the iWatch could detect signs of sleep apnea compared to traditional sleep studies. The results were promising enough that Apple received FDA approval for the feature, meaning it's now considered a legitimate medical tool for early detection. This is just one example of how clinical trials don't always involve taking medications. If you are interested in learning more about clinical trials and how you can find clinical trials that are currently enrolling, check out the link below where you can head over to theclinresearcher.com and sign up for our free newsletter, which will give you free access to our guide on everything clinical trials. And if you think about it, this is just a tip of the iceberg for what devices like the iWatch can do. Clinical trials are continuously shaping the future of healthcare technology, and that's exactly what we focus on at theclinresearcher.com. Whether it's medical devices, pharmaceuticals, or innovative treatments, clinical trials are at the core of driving these advancements forward. So what does it mean when the FDA approves a medical device feature like this? It means that the iWatch's sleep apnea detection function has been thoroughly vetted for its accuracy, safety, and reliability. The FDA doesn't just hand out approvals, the data collected in clinical trials has to prove that this feature works and that it can be trusted by the public. And that's a big deal. We're seeing a future where wearable technology isn't just about fitness tracking, it's about detecting serious medical conditions and helping people live healthier, longer lives. And here's something even more exciting. Clinical trials aren't stopping here. Companies like Apple are always working on new health features, and many of them are still going through trials. Imagine a world where your iWatch could detect early signs of heart disease, diabetes, or even mental health conditions. If you're interested in learning more about these ongoing developments, make sure to check out theclinresearcher.com, where we dive deep into how clinical trials are shaping the future of healthcare. And whether you're a professional, a patient, or just curious, there's something for everyone. At theclinresearcher.com, you'll find more information about the latest clinical trials, medical devices, and innovations like the Apple iWatch. Want to learn more about how clinical trials work, how to find clinical trials, or what new health features are on the horizon? Head over to theclinresearcher.com, your one-stop shop for all things clinical research. Thanks so much for tuning in today. I hope this video gave you a deeper look into the Apple iWatch's sleep apnea function and how clinical trials are making it possible for technology to change the way we manage our health. Be sure to subscribe to the channel for more content just like this, and don't forget to visit theclinresearcher.com for more detailed information on how clinical trials are impacting both the tech and medical worlds. Until next time, stay informed, stay healthy, and I'll see you in the next video.